Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Tech Freaks podcast. A couple days ago, we
recorded... Oh, that was very loud.
Listen, I like being loud. You know this. Anyway, we are also starting a new show. It's called the Film Freaks podcast. That episode will either be out before this or after. We're probably going to publish this first because it's easier because we have to start a whole new channel for the Film Freaks podcast. But look out for that on our Twitter, or on our Tech Freaks Twitter. We'll post a link to it so y'all can listen to that. But anyway, this is a tech news, gaming news day. Microsoft has purchased, or I guess acquired, Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion. Activision Blizzard.
That's a lot of money.
The owners of Call of Duty, Diablo, Crash Bandicoot, Tony Hawk, all the classic games, Overwatch, like... Xbox has just acquired Activision for $68.7 billion.
Oh gosh! Okay. And so I completely forgot about the whole Crash Bandicoot thing because I grew up playing the original Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation 1. Yeah. Dude,
and the
game was fire.
This came so out of left field, man. Like no clue. Activision?
We had no clue that this was going on. Like, this is ridiculous.
Like, Activision is such like a giant. Like, you think like those are one of the companies that can't be bought by anyone. Not Sony, not Microsoft. But then Microsoft's like, almost $70 billion. We'll buy you, whatever.
And the biggest thing is because Activision owns Treyarch, Raven, High Moon, Beanox, Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, Demonware, and Toys for Bob. They own so many games. It's ridiculous.
And all that's going to be...
And it's crazy because their biggest one of all time is Treyarch. So the fact that Xbox now owns Treyarch?
Exactly.
They own Treyarch?
Infinity Ward, bro? Dude, think about this.
But Treyarch, though.
With all this, Xbox will now own Halo, Call of Duty, Overwatch, bro. Those are like... the top FPS shooters of like all time,
and they still can't. They still can't get Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean that's an interesting thing though, because Activision did work on Spider-Man games before too, like the original 3 from
the original Amazing Spider-Mans.
So who knows? Maybe they might remaster it for the Xbox consoles.
But they weren't good.
Oh, hold on. Spider-Man 2 was great. Thank you very much. Spider-Man 2 on the PS2 was a great game. Anyway. But man,
debatable.
It's very interesting thing. Like I can't even believe it's real. Like I was just scrolling on Twitter at like 9 in.
But see, you're looking at this perspective from a person who has, who's been an Xbox person his entire life. Like you grew up on Xbox, but I grew up on PlayStation. So seeing this kind of hurts me.
I know,
especially like because if I scroll through the Twitter, it's like goodbye. I won't still won't buy Xbox for this. Like, there's so many people going through here talking about how if they make this an exclusive to Xbox, like games, the biggest game franchise of all time is Call of Duty. Everyone loves and knows Call of Duty. If you somehow take Call of Duty away from such a big console like PlayStation or Sony or something like that, you're hurting so many other players. And I get Spider-Man being on a PlayStation exclusive hurts people, but see, Spider-Man, the 2 Spider-Man games that came out were new. Call of Duty's been around for years.
Yes,
Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Black Ops, even the bad Call of Duties like Ghost, people still had fun with games like that.
I mean,
and now we finally see
even Battlefield 2042. And we
finally see.
Sorry,
that was $5 on the PS5 store the other day.
Oh my gosh, it's crap.
And see, now some of the PlayStation exclusives are coming to PC titles. Like God of War just came out for PC. You have Days Gone that came out for PC. Uncharted is coming to Epic in next month, I think.
Yeah.
The new Horizon Zero Dawn should come out as well for PC. We have so many of these PlayStation games that PC's finally getting, but I feel like PlayStation is going to stop that now because of what's going on with Activision. I don't know that it would be a good idea for them to make games like Call of Duty such big names an exclusive.
Yeah, well,
I just don't agree with that.
because of this purchase too, people are like afraid now because Sony's stock went down $20 billion. Which is a lot, just because Microsoft purchased Activision. And one thing I think of about PlayStation is that most people on PlayStation play Call of Duty. You know what I mean? That's what consoles are really made for. People like on PS5. I'm always seeing people posting like stuff because they're playing like Vanguard or something like that. Because right now, before the purchase was made, the exclusive rights to Call of Duty were kind of like on PlayStation, right? Like they had exclusive features first before anyone else would. So to hear this, it's like, man, because here's the thing. Me personally, I do feel like Microsoft is going to bite the bullet and make these games exclusive, no matter who it upsets, because they paid $68.7 billion for all of those franchises, and I think it would be kind of not. Obviously, I do want like the games to be everywhere, but I know that for a fact that Microsoft is going to do it, because we had this conversation before with Bethesda, right? People were saying there's no way they're going to make Elder Scrolls only exclusive to Xbox and PC. There's no way they're going to make Starfield or any other future Fallout games or anything exclusive. But as soon as they fully purchase Bethesda, Xbox is going to say, hey, every future release or every future title that Bethesda makes is going to be exclusive to platforms where Game Pass exists, which is so far xCloud, your PC, and Xbox consoles. I just feel like Microsoft is going to do the exact same thing here. Imagine they're going to keep Warzone multi-platform. PlayStation's always, they're going to get the new updates. PC, Xbox, they're all going to get that. But I feel like in the distant future, maybe not even the next Call of Duty game will be like exclusive at all, but like maybe 2-3 years down the line, then the Call of Duty will be exclusive to PC and Xbox. Warzone will still be on multi-platform, but I still feel like they're gonna do it.
I highly doubt that. And the reason I highly doubt that is because
I don't want people to like have hope. You know what I mean? Because I just know that's how Microsoft has been. They were that way with Bethesda. They were that way with Bethesda, yes, because I get it. Fallout, Elder Scrolls, all those, the new Starfield coming out. Those are three very big game franchises, but no game franchise has came up to the same player base that Call of Duty has reached over the years it's been a game. And I have a feeling that they will take so many people off if they decide to do something stupid like that. They took so many people off making those games from Bethesda exclusive. I don't think Microsoft cares about like PlayStation players' feelings, honestly, because they want them to come over to the Xbox ecosystem because they have this great, incredible lineup of games like Forza, Halo, Call of Duty, Diablo in the future. And also with this purchase too, they own King, the makers of Candy Crush. Another huge franchise, which will, make them a lot of money. They'll have, obviously...
Frick would play Candy Crush.
Look, Candy Crush is still big and it makes a lot of money. Candy Crush. Old grandmas on their Android 5.0 Kit Kat. I don't know. There's like... They
Android
also
5
have...
is like Lollipop, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to Android. I'm an iOS person. You know this. Anyway... They have all these franchises, and it's all going to be on Game Pass and all exclusive to those platforms where Game Pass exists. Okay. I really don't think Microsoft cares.
Look at it like this. Okay. What are games do you think that are on Game Pass that are still on PlayStation? Red Dead Redemption,
Avengers,
Grand Theft Auto 5, Avengers. You have Firewatch. You have so many games that are still on Game Pass that Xbox still has rights
Yes,
to.
but
it's still on PlayStation.
they don't own those games though, Ethan.
I can see if Microsoft. I highly doubt that they'll make Call of Duty a normal Call of Duty game like Cold War an exclusive. They will.
Well, they're not going to make Cold War exclusive or Modern Warfare exclusive or nothing like that because those are games that are already made.
I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying using Cold War as an example, like the Cold War game, a Call of Duty game with a campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. A game exactly with that base would not be an exclusive. But but I have a feeling that Microsoft will make some exclusive things, for example, they'll have some exclusive game modes. They'll have exclusive, maybe an exclusive battle pass, exclusive skins, something that will make them exclusive. But they will lose a lot of money if they decide to make Call of Duty a strict exclusive to Xbox. Because look at it like this: the amount of money that Activision makes off of games like Call of Duty still goes to Microsoft. So I have a feeling that if they decided to cut off if they cut off all access to all PlayStation games, then all the money they were making from PlayStation won't be there anymore. That's like Apple, or that's like Epic not making money from Apple because they took the game off their stores.
Yeah.
So if they took Call of Duty strictly for PlayStation, they wouldn't make any money from PlayStation, which like 50 to 60% of the player base is PlayStation. Like that's
I think
ridiculous.
it's a little more than that.
A lot of money.
But like that's the.
Whatever.
Here's my argument. Xbox knows that their console isn't the best selling. It's not far behind it because they've been doing pretty good this time around. But I just think
the freaking Wii is higher selling than the Xbox. What are you talking about?
That was such a long time ago. Anyway, what I think that they know that's a fact, but they're trying to build their library even more so it can compel people to purchase and get into the Xbox ecosystem. Like they'll have those amazing franchises, which I know is kind of cheating for them to do so, just buy up everything. But if we're being honest, Sony did it with Insomniac because Insomniac is great. Naughty Dog 2. Xbox is doing on a way grander scale on one of the largest third-party developers of all time. But they want to compel people to go to those platforms because that's where the good games are. That's where those powerful franchises are.
But see, I don't want to go out and buy a console strictly off the games that it has on it. Like I buy a PlayStation.
Come on.
I have a PlayStation.
Spider-Man on PlayStation, The Last of Us, Uncharted. Come on,
Uncharted's coming to PC.
Yes, but I'm saying
Uncharted's coming to PC.
No. It was on PlayStation first. You bought a PlayStation because you want to play those games. At least in my opinion, I don't buy a PlayStation for the third-party titles. Really, the only reason why I have a PlayStation is because I love the exclusives that it has because they're good exclusives. I want Microsoft to have the same thing, which is why I also really love Halo. Halo Infinite is a really good game.
And just because I'm talking like this, don't think that PlayStation's out of the dust either. I also don't agree with them holding Spider-Man from Xbox and PC users. I don't agree with them holding God of War or Uncharted or Ghost of Tsushima or any games like that. I don't agree with anyone holding exclusives. You know, just because this whole thing's about Microsoft doesn't mean that they're out of the woods yet. If they still own the rights to Spider-Man but gave it to the Xbox players, they would make so much more money.
Of course they would. Why do you think Sony's making ports to the PC right now? Because there's a lot more money if you port your game over there because the PC players want it. They want God of War. They want Zero Horizon Dawn. They want Death Stranding.
How many people out there do you think have $300 to $600 to spend on a console willy-nilly because they want to play 2 or 3 games? Not a lot of people.
No.
That's why I'm saying if they just release the $60 game to all players who have a certain console can play it, they were more apt to make more money because more people would buy it. If PlayStation and Xbox would stop keeping exclusives and maybe if we brought Spider-Man, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, for example, to Xbox, and Xbox would bring Halo and Forza and the Call of Duty games to PlayStation and gave everyone who has a console the right to play any game they want, then I can guarantee you, if they still own the rights to the game, they would still make a lot more money.
Yes, they would make their money, but
Instead of
this
having
is
people
not,
go out and
unfortunately.
spend $200, $300, $600 on a new console.
Look, unfortunately, this is not the world we live in, though. Sony still has their exclusive rights to their games, and they make them exclusive. So does Microsoft. But here's like another point I want to make, though. You can literally right now go to Walmart, look at the Xbox section, and see like 700 Series S's just on the shelf right there. The Xbox Series S is always available, while the Series X and the PS5 is not. And that's a really good like bargain deal you can have if you can just for $299 buy a Series S and then purchase Game Pass and never have to make a full purchase game in your life and just play all the amazing games on Game Pass. Adding Call of Duty, adding Diablo, adding Overwatch like 2 to that. I think that's what Microsoft wants.
But not everyone has the $200 to go spend, or $300, sorry, to go spend on a new console.
Not everyone has $600 to
right now,
pay on a PS5.
But people would have the $60 to buy a game if they had it on every single console.
I mean, of course
I
they
don't
would, but
agree with the whole game exclusivity of it. I know a lot of people out there don't either.
And I understand that, but I just want to curb your expectation, really. That's all, because I really have a strong feeling, in my opinion. It may be wrong. Honestly, I do hope it's wrong, because I don't want to gatekeep games from people. That's bad. All I know is that from what I've seen from the Microsoft Bethesda deal, the future games are going to be exclusive. I don't think there's any doubt about that. We can argue about it when we will. It's okay. I know what's in store. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong though.
Yeah. And see, what I was really hoping was going on is that PlayStation and Xbox would be able to find a solid ground, and because like we were talking, like, you know, the so-called console war, we all thought it was, you know, coming to an end, because games from PlayStation, you know, the whole argument was that PlayStation was hogging all the exclusive games, blah blah blah. Now a lot of those are coming to PC, and then soon on later they're all going to come to, you know, PC and Xbox. But then, you know, it kind of all flipped over when you know, Xbox bought Bethesda and says it was going to be an exclusive. Now they're buying all of this and maybe says it's going to be an exclusive. It's like, I was really hoping that they could find solid ground and come out with maybe like the, instead of calling it the Xbox Game Pass, call it like the console Game Pass or something, and bring it to both PlayStation and Xbox, and then have like, you know, where these consoles can work together, where it was just preference on which console you liked better. Like, for example, I'll take PlayStation over Xbox because I grew up on PlayStation. Brian would be the kind of person that would take Xbox over PlayStation because he grew up with Xbox.
Right.
And I would love for it to just come down to preference, like which console you like better. Not having to buy a console that you wouldn't play as much as the other one simply to play a couple of games.
Yeah, but
you know, and you know,
we don't live in that beautiful world, Ethan. We live in the sad world where companies hate each other and they would try to make the most money.
And you know, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I kind of wish that Xbox would just buy PlayStation from Sony.
They honestly, they probably could with all the money they have lying around, apparently.
And to be honest with you, I know that sounds crazy for all the people who are like, you know, the PlayStation fanboys. You're like, no, they need to be separate. Do you realize if PlayStation was a part of Microsoft, if, you know, Xbox and PlayStation were part of the same company, it would be amazing. But PlayStation, I have a feeling PlayStation just costs too much. Mainly because
imagine this though.
I mean,
imagine if Microsoft bought PlayStation. I just feel like the government would try to come at them saying, "Hey, monopoly, monopoly." You know what I mean? Because like they're pretty much own all the gaming. I mean, of course it's Nintendo, but like, I don't think the DOJ or like no one would allow that. You know what I mean? Because it'd just be too monopolistic. But That's besides the point.
But you never know. Microsoft is also talking about the whole, like, the same situation you're talking about with, like, the whole monopoly thing when they first started buying, companies, like when they first started buying Bethesda and Ubisoft and
They haven't bought
Mojang
Ubisoft. Ubisoft is still a third party, Ethan. But yeah, Mojang and Bethesda.
I think Microsoft owns Ubisoft.
No, they don't. Ubisoft is still third party. Because all they own is just Mojang.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Because after Bethesda, people are like, who are they gonna buy next? Sega, Take-Two maybe, Ubisoft maybe. No, they buy Activision Blizzard, one of the biggest companies in the world. Anyway.
Oh jeez. I don't know, man.
But I do want to segue into something. The message from our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by Anchor. Have you ever wanted to make a podcast? You have great ideas and a great story to tell, but don't know where to go? Well, let me tell you about Anchor by Spotify. Anchor by Spotify is the easiest way to make a podcast, with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer or your iPad, whatever you have, a potato. You can edit on that too, as long as it can access the web. Anchor is basically a podcast hosting site, and when you host on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast to many platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever, Pocket Casts, I don't know, just any podcast site. Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. All you have to do is just download the Anchor app in the App Store or Google Play Store, or go to anchor.fm to get started. Thank you so much for Anchor for sponsoring this episode, and let's get back to the news. After that shameless ad, I actually do still want to segue into something. Activision Blizzard has been in the news just lately, just because of all the allegations. Yeah, as of late. So, look, I did not pass school at all. I'm getting my GED, Ethan. Don't judge me.
You didn't even go to school. Shut up.
Anyway, they're in the news as of late because all the allegations that was going on, the harassment, and people maybe even killing themselves because of workers and guys drinking booze and cube crawling and harassing women there, and the CEO knowing about it. Bobby Kotick, by the way, piece of garbage. Bobby Kotick, knowing about it, didn't do anything about it though. He just let it happen. Activision is kind of like a trash company at the moment. The people who are in charge of it suck. That's why Call of Duty has kind of been the past couple years, because the leadership has been trash. But the interesting tidbit I saw when Phil Spencer, made the announcement, he said after this, after it's all complete and we fully own, Activision, all the business side of Activision Blizzard will report to me as the CEO. I think that'll be really good, because Phil Spencer, we know he's a Chad. He's a Giga Chad. We love Phil Spencer. He's a really great dude. And he's great. He's the only reason why Xbox is even relevant to talk about anymore. That was loud.
Yeah. That was very loud. Yes.
No, there's like a notification on my Windows.
I heard it.
I mean, thanks to him, they're fine now. And I feel like he can change their culture, and with changing the gaming culture, like the company culture, that he can make Activision Blizzard a better place to work for, so that the developers have more time to work on games, like making Call of Duty not annual anymore, actually taking time so that the game isn't a buggy mess when it releases. Phil Spencer is he's a guy that will make that happen. So I'm thinking, if he is the CEO, he'll just make it a better place. I want that for the workers there, because I know I keep hearing all the stories about it. It's not great. And it also makes the games worse because the people don't like working there. So better leadership, better people there equals better games. That's one of the things I'm most excited about, having Activision Blizzard actually making really, really good classic games again, like the original Call of Duty Black Ops, original Call of Duty Modern Warfare. World at War, all that good stuff that they made, because they were really, really good publisher back in those days.
And how cool would it be if like every single original Activision title, like all of the Call of Duties, for example, came up with if all the Call of Duties, for example, came to Game Pass. We're talking like Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2,
Modern Warfare 2,
all those
3.
games. No, we're worried about the Black Ops, but yeah, that too.
Modern Warfare is better. Jeez, Ethan. Anyway,
no,
but here's so you know how like 343 made the Master Chief Collection. Basically, it's the entire collection of every single Halo game besides Halo 5 because it's at the same time as that game. What if they did the same thing for Call of Duty? You know what I mean? Dude, that would be so freaking cool.
Well, Halo 4 and
look, I know, but
Halo 3 was like
what I'm saying is that they actually have like the collection of all the Modern Warfare games, all the Black Ops games in like one giant game, and you have all the campaign. It's all remastered, like the new textures, higher resolution, and all that. But like in one giant game, and you can like play any of the games you want. All the multiplayer is still there, and like that would just be so freaking cool. I want that game, and I feel like under Xbox, with all the money they have and all the funding, they could probably get that done.
Yeah, and there are a lot of good things that could come out of this, of them buying it. I don't want them to make such a big title like Call of Duty and exclusive to Xbox. I don't know.
Yeah,
that would mess with the whole. That would mess with a whole lot of people. I get it with the whole Xbox has to have some exclusives too, just like PlayStation. PlayStation's starting to lose some of their exclusives to Xbox, like they're giving some of them to PC. Because on Epic, I believe, was Uncharted the Legacy Thieves Collection? Legacy of Thieves Collection.
I'm pretty sure
it
like
comes with
games,
all
right?
No, that's the Uncharted collection. No, it's just the Thief's End, which is Uncharted 4, and the newest one, the Lost Legacy. But that also, the one you're talking about now, the Uncharted collection with 1, 2, and 3 will come to PC around the same time. Actually, I think it's coming to Xbox first, and then it will come to PC, which I find kind of weird. Like if you're gonna bring it to Xbox first, you might as well give it to both.
Yeah. Well.
Wait. When does the new Horizon come out?
I think it comes out like February this year, right? Or is it March? Or wait, or did they delay it? I don't know. I haven't paid attention.
I haven't either. Anyway, the Uncharted Legacy Thieves Collection comes out next month. Whatchamacallit is out now. God of War is out on PC. So if you have a PlayStation, if you have a PC and you want to go play that game, log into Epic or Steam and snag that game up. It is a wonderful game. I love it to bits. Yeah, I think that's all I gotta say.
Well, is this crazy freaking giant news, and I still can't believe it's real. My brain can't process $68.7 billion either. Like I get excited seeing $1,000, but 60.
My brain hurts.
Oh my brain is just hurt. I can't even imagine that on a screen.
What was the last time you seen $1,000?
Okay, in my bank account right now, Ethan. I don't want to hear it. But
right.
Also my tax return money. Money. Anyway.
We can talk about this when we're not recording a podcast.
Okay, we will. Thank you all for listening to us, mumbo jumbo, talking about Activision, Xbox, and exclusive stuff. But thank you guys for listening so much. We love you guys. We wanted to have another episode for y'all. Please check out the Film Freaks podcast channel that we'll be making, because do it now. We would really appreciate it. Give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Give us good reviews. Give us the good old comments on YouTube, and we'll see y'all on the next episode.
Most importantly, share this with your friends. Right?
Share it with your family. Share with your coworker.
I'm gonna give you guys homework. All right. What I want you guys to do is I want you to go around to your friends, and I want you to ask them how they feel about this whole thing. If they're, if you're with us where you don't want any exclusives at all, or if, they're happy it's happening or they're upset, just ask your friends and family. Let us know. Let us know how you guys are going to interact with us.
Let us know in the comments and on Twitter.
Yes.
All right. Thank you all. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.